She was 9 years old, small for her age, shy, afraid of the dark, and yet, in the early hours of February 14th, 2000, Asha Degree left her home alone. Not during the day, not with permission, but at 3:30 in the morning, while the rest of her family slept. Outside, a storm was moving through North Carolina. Cold rain, strong wind, pitch-black roads, and still, Asha walked into it. She didn't take much, just a backpack, and whatever reason she carried in her heart. By sunrise, she was gone. No struggle, no witnesses from her home, no trace of where she was going, or why. More than 2 decades later, one question still refuses to fade. Why would a 9-year-old girl walk into the night and never come back? The truth doesn't hide forever. From whispers to breaking news, this is Now You Know News, your front row seat to the world's darkest stories. February 13th, 2000. A quiet Sunday night in Shelby, North Carolina. The Degree household had no signs of trouble. Asha, her older brother O'Brien, and their parents went to bed like they always did. No arguments, no punishments, no reason to believe anything was wrong. But sometime after midnight, while the house slept, Asha woke up. She didn't turn on the lights. She didn't wake her brother. She quietly got dressed. Then she packed a backpack. And sometime around 3:30 a.m., Asha Degree opened the front door and walked out alone. Outside, the weather was bad. Cold rain, strong wind. Asha turned down Highway 18. Then came the first witnesses. At first, he thought it was a woman in trouble. Then he realized it was a child. When the headlights hit her, Asha panicked. She ran, straight off the road, into the woods. And after that, she vanished. Morning came quietly to the Degree household. The rain had stopped. The roads were wet. The night had passed without warning. Asha's mother went to wake her for school. Her bed was empty. At first, there was confusion, not panic. Maybe she was with her brother. Maybe she had gone to the bathroom. Maybe she was hiding, playing a joke. But Asha wasn't anywhere inside the house. Her shoes were gone. Her jacket was missing. And her backpack was nowhere to be found. The front door was unlocked. No sign of a struggle. No broken windows. No forced entry, just absence. Her parents called police. Within hours, neighbors were outside. Search teams formed. Volunteers spread across fields and woods. A quiet neighborhood turned into a crime scene. Investigators believed one thing almost immediately. Asha didn't disappear from her bedroom. She left that house on her own. That idea changed everything. An elementary school child. Alone. In the middle of the night. Why? By midday, the story reached the news. And by nightfall, the question everyone was asking was the same. What would make a 9-year-old girl walk into the dark and never come back? As daylight broke over Shelby, investigators began retracing Asha's last known steps. Not inside the house, not in the yard, on the road. Highway 18 stretched through fields and trees, dark, rural, unforgiving. No sidewalks, no streetlights, no reason for a child to be there alone. Then the witness reports came in. Drivers who had been on the road that night, long before sunrise, remembered something that hadn't made sense at the time. A small figure, walking south, carrying a backpack. One driver thought it was a woman in distress. He slowed down, turned around, tried to help, but when his headlights hit the figure, she ran, straight into the woods. Another motorist saw the same thing minutes later. The same child, the same backpack, the same fear. This time, the driver tried again. Asha turned her head and vanished into the darkness. Investigators searched that stretch of highway inch by inch. Ditches, brush, fields, nothing. No footprints that led anywhere. No blood, no clothing, just silence. But then, miles away, something appeared. A shed, hidden off the road. Easy to miss, rarely used. Inside, investigators found items that didn't belong there. Candy wrappers, a pencil, a bow, like the kind worn in a child's hair. The evidence suggested one chilling truth. Asha had made it this far, on her own, alive, and whatever happened next, happened after she left the road. For nearly a year after Asha Degree vanished, there were no new leads. The road went quiet. The searches slowed. Hope had nowhere to go. Then, in August of 2001, more than 25 miles away, something surfaced. A construction worker was digging near a highway in Burke County. The ground gave way, and buried beneath the dirt was a backpack. It was double-wrapped in plastic, protected, preserved, hidden on purpose. Inside were school supplies, a pencil, a notebook, a book, and one item that made investigators stop cold: a New Kids on the Block t-shirt. It didn't belong to Asha. Her parents had never seen it before, which meant someone else had put it there. The backpack was confirmed to be Asha's. Not dropped, not lost, buried. The discovery changed everything. Asha hadn't just wandered off. Someone had taken her belongings and gone out of their way to hide them. Investigators faced a hard truth. A vehicle was involved. This wasn't a chance encounter. This wasn't an accident. It was planned. But even with the backpack recovered, there was still no sign of Asha herself. No trace of where she'd been taken. No witness who saw her get into a car. No evidence of what happened next. The backpack answered one question, and opened dozens more. Because now investigators knew something terrifying. Asha didn't disappear that night. She was taken somewhere else. With the backpack recovered, investigators faced a question they could no longer avoid. If Asha didn't leave on her own, who was she meeting? One theory rose immediately to the surface. Grooming. Someone Asha trusted. Someone who had spoken to her before. Someone who knew how to convince a child to leave home quietly. Investigators combed through Asha's life. School, church, basketball games, family routines. Every adult, every familiar face. Another theory followed close behind. Asha may have believed she was going on an adventure. She had recently read stories about bravery, about children running away and coming back heroes. Some wondered if she thought she was proving something. Courage, independence, strength. But that theory broke down under one hard fact. Asha was afraid of the dark, afraid of storms, afraid of being alone. Yet she walked into both, which brought investigators back to the same conclusion. Someone helped her. Then there was the timing. Valentine's Day was approaching. Asha had packed carefully. She had taken specific items. This wasn't panic. It was preparation. Years later, witnesses came forward with something new. They remembered a green car, seen near the highway, seen more than once. But memories fade. And without a license plate, a color is just a color. Investigators released age-progressed photos. They followed tips across state lines. Some hopeful, some disturbing, most leading nowhere. Every theory had holes. Every lead ended the same way, back at the beginning. And the most unsettling truth of all remained. Someone out there knows exactly what happened to Asha Degree. They just haven't spoken. As the years passed, silence didn't end the investigation. It changed it. Detectives revisited old interviews, old notes, old names, people who had been cleared once, and then quietly looked at again. One name came from the road, a man who owned a green car, someone who had been near Highway 18 that night. He spoke to police, answered questions, and was eventually cleared. But the tip never fully disappeared. Another name came from closer to home. Someone Asha had seen before. Someone familiar enough that she wouldn't be afraid. Not a stranger. Investigators never confirmed this lead publicly. They only said they were aware of it, which left room for speculation. Over time, the public began to fill in the gaps. Online forums, armchair detectives, theories spreading faster than facts. Some accused neighbors. Some accused family members. Some accused people with no connection at all. Police urged restraint. They reminded the public. Speculation can destroy lives. Still, certain details kept resurfacing. The careful packing, the distance traveled, the buried backpack. These weren't the actions of chance. They were deliberate. Investigators said very little, but what they didn't say felt just as important. They weren't asking if someone helped Asha. They were asking who. Because in a case this quiet, silence doesn't mean nothing happened. It means someone is still hiding the truth. For years, the case sat quietly. No arrests, no press conferences, no answers. But it never went cold. Every few years, investigators returned to Asha Degree. New eyes, new technology, old evidence. In 2015, authorities confirmed something important. They were still actively working the case. Not reviewing it, not shelving it, working it. Then came renewed searches. Areas near the highway, wooded land, places that hadn't been searched thoroughly the first time. Investigators also revisited witness statements, not to change them, but to hear what might have been missed. A pause, a hesitation, a detail that didn't matter before, but might now. Technology had evolved. Cell phone records, data mapping, behavioral analysis. Things unavailable in 2000 were now tools investigators relied on. Then, in a rare public statement, police said something telling. They believed Asha got into a vehicle that night. Not forced, not grabbed, but persuaded. That belief changed the focus again. From random suspects to someone who knew how to gain a child's trust. Police asked the public for help. Again, they released new images, new descriptions, new reminders that someone out there knows something. And once more, the case resurfaced in the national conversation. Because after all this time, Asha Degree still hasn't been found. And the question remains, why hasn't the person who knows the truth come forward? More than 2 decades have passed, and still, the same questions remain. Why that night? Why that road? Why a child who had never run away before? Investigators say Asha was not impulsive. She packed deliberately. She chose what to take and what to leave behind. Which raises the question, who told her to come? No confirmed phone calls, no messages, no notes left behind. Nothing to explain why she trusted someone enough to leave. Another question lingers. Why did she run from the drivers who tried to help? Fear, instruction, or something she'd been warned about. Then there's the backpack, buried carefully, wrapped deliberately, miles from where she vanished. That wasn't panic. That was control. Investigators believe someone planned what happened next. Someone who had time. Someone who felt safe enough to return and hide evidence. And then there's the silence. No confession, no slip, no one coming forward after all these years. Which leaves only one explanation investigators can't ignore. Someone is still protecting the truth. Because cases like this don't stay unanswered forever. They wait for one mistake, one memory, one person willing to speak. As the years stretch on, time hasn't solved the mystery. It's only made the absence heavier. For Asha's family, life continued, but never normally. Every birthday marked quietly. Every milestone imagined, then lost. There was no body to bury, no goodbye to speak out loud. Just a child who left one night and never returned. The community never forgot. Each anniversary brought renewed searches, renewed appeals, renewed hope that this year would be different. Investigators have said the same thing for years. They believe someone knows, not suspects, not theories. Someone. Asha Degree is not a headline to them. She's a missing child, and until she is found, the case remains open. The questions remain unanswered, but the search has never stopped, and neither has the hope. If you know something, no matter how small, it matters. Because after all this time, Asha still deserves to be found.